What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Double A have here with another episode of the True Scope featuring your boy Big Mike from Moss Media.
Woo!
Make some noise. Thirsty Thursdays. Niggas is thirsty on Thursdays.
Yeah, I can't.
You already know.
I cannot.
Mike, I just thought about something. Like a couple years ago, maybe like 6 years ago, on a Thursday, we would have been out. We would have been out somewhere right now. Maybe not right now, but later on, we would have been out somewhere.
Yeah, definitely would have been making plans for
on the prowl.
Yeah.
Funny how life, perspective changes, things change, and stuff like that. Kudos to all the brothers out there still out there.
Yeah, city boys, we up. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, hit him with the Kawhi
laugh. Yeah, yeah, city boys, we up, man. Everybody, keep it going, man. Keep it strong.
Keep it strong. Man. Fight the good fight, man. Fight the good fight. I don't care if she says she got a man, right?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, no, I'm playing. No, that definitely brings us into the topic, though. So today we're definitely gonna be talking about a hot topic: side niggas, aka side dudes.
Oh boy.
So there's a lot of debate about it, not overtly, but quietly, because obviously this is kind of one of those things that we're spoken about overtly. But we're definitely going to give our 2 cents on it. We luckily have this clip with Vlad. Hopefully he does not flag me for this. And then we're going to have Nick Cannon giving his input on it, and then we're going to break it down. All right, so put on your seatbelts. Let's get ready for this.
All right. Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear that.
You can't hear it, you said?
Nope.
Give me a second, guys. We do this live. We do it live.
Yes, we do.
We do it live.
We does this live, y'all. Y'all ready for this? We do this live. We does this.
Boy. It was just working on time.
Let's get ready. All right. So as he's working on the audio, again, this is Double A have with another dose of the True Scope. We're gonna be talking about side dudes, aka side niggas. Giving you the ins and outs. My thoughts on it, his thoughts on it, and obviously Nick Cannon's thoughts on it. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Especially as I can hear myself.
Yeah, this is gonna be an issue.
When you decide your voice.
Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do?
And you love it? No. All right. So again, as he's getting the audio down for the video to play, again, we're talking about side dudes, aka side niggas. And the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff. If y'all have some questions, brothers out there, please type it in the comments. We will address that. If there's women watching this, please put the questions in the comments. I'm sure we're going to have questions like, oh, what about side bitches and stuff like that, or whatever, pop it on in there. We'll get to it. As Big Mike takes care of the audio.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from San Diego Promise.
Nobody.
I know this is hard to hear, but it's important.
Done.
Damn. The man
you can see it?
Themselves. Yeah, I can see it.
Can you hear it, though?
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right, good.
Loud and clear.
That's how we're going to do it.
The Ice Princess on my screen.
Yeah, this guy. I simply.
Oh, you made her bigger. Oh, this
guy. Yeah, man, I had to.
Sign now. Demand Congress stop.
No, man, that's enough out of that, man. Right.
All right. So anyway, back to where we were. Welcome to the True Scope. This is your boy Double A Hef, and you got my man's Big Mike. What up, Mike?
Yes, y'all. Remember, this is so yes, Aaron has his what's it called? Aaron has started his own his conglomerate of a podcast. We're working in conjunction right now with to make it more of a mass media thing, because guys, we want to get as much content to you guys as possible. Just remember that Aaron has his own channel. Aaron, please give him the location of that before we we get going on that.
Definitely. So it's youtube.com//whatever/AF. And again, yes, this channel, this YouTube channel is under the umbrella of Moss Media. We are all in the same, like Disney and ESPN. All right. So there's no separation. It's just a way that we can get out more content. We don't have to match up schedules all the time and stuff like that. I can just pump out videos. So with that being said, we definitely about to be talking about these side niggas though.
yes, absolutely. This is going to be one for the ages. I already know where this is going to come down. I really hope we actually get some. This is probably one of those few ones that I'm actually curious to see. Actually, not really curious because I already know what the blowback will be. Because it's everybody likes to be on that that whole Mia Hamm, anything you could do, I could do better thing. So, it's like, oh, why can't I have? And it's like, all right, well, let's see why. All right.
Well, you said that when you were with Mariah, you were 100% faithful.
Absolutely.
But you say now, do you like being the side dude?
Absolutely. 100%. And because
I can't put my head around that one, man.
Because I've experienced every level of a relationship. And the easiest dude to be is the side dude. It's the easiest guy. You ain't got to worry about none of the issues. There's another guy who's dealing with all her emotions, dealing with everything, and she's only gonna come to you when something she's lacking, you can quickly provide, and she's back where she needs to be. I have no problem being that dude. My emotions ain't caught up. Her emotions ain't caught up. Just let me be the dude that you call when your dude is tripping, or when you taking a break, or when you going on a trip. Hey, I'll turn up, and we can have this. We can be honest with each other. She's gonna be more honest with her side dude than she is with her dude that she cheating on.
Well, I mean, there's health, safety issues.
Of course, use a condom.
Wow.
Says the guy that has 10 kids by 30 baby moms, but it's just use a condom. Yeah, just go ahead, use a condom, man. I digress.
You obviously do not use a condom every time. let me just put it
because of my children. Is that where we go?
Yeah. It's specific. Well, I mean, obviously with Mariah, but I'm saying, with your youngest son,
right?
You told me you weren't even in a relationship,
right?
With your son's mother,
right?
So please do not.
It's passion.
Please do not talk to me about condoms and everything else like that.
You should use condoms. Now,
are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
Oh man.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna let we can kind of what are your thoughts so far? I mean, I think you've probably seen.
I got a lot of thoughts.
I think you've probably seen this. Have you seen this already, or this is?
No. I just had to get some context, so I googled it. This popped up, and then once you started talking, I was like, "Yeah, we using this."
Yeah. By all means, take it away. I'm floor.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know where to start unpacking this shit. So first and foremost, this nigga said, "I'd love to be that guy." Look, man. Look. Full disclosure, right? Full transparency. Have I played the side dude before willingly? Because there's a difference. There's willingly and there's unwillingly. There's knowingly and unknowingly. If you don't know you're the side dude, then obviously, there's nothing you can really do about that until you find out.
Absolutely.
I played side dude before willingly. But that was, again, I quote this all the time from the scriptures. When I was a child, I did childish things, and now I'm no longer a child. I put away such childish things. So yeah, once you come into understanding, it's up to you to make that change in life. So yeah, when I was young, but mind you, keep in mind, this nigga, Nick Cannon, is older than me, and when he did this, he was older than me. So anyway, when you come into that knowledge, understanding, it's best not to. But yeah, I can't sit here and be like, oh, I never did that. No, I used to say the same thing. Like, yeah, I had the same flawed ass logic as that. Like, oh yeah, you get no risk, no nothing. It's just freaking, it's win-win, baby.
Sure.
But there's a huge problem with that, and especially if you want to take a look at the quote unquote black community, where it's rampant with no fathers. The baby daddies are freaking. They all trifling. They all freaking got babies. Not all, but most. They got babies by like cousins. Oh, that's my baby daddy's cousin, who's just baby's daddy, stuff like that. You see all that type of shit in the quote unquote black community. No, seriously, and
no, I didn't even. No, I'm saying ooh because I that's actually interesting. I didn't even hear about that.
It stems from stuff just like this, which is cavalier. Like, hey, we don't abide by any statutes or morals at all. We just kind of like lawlessness. So it's definitely part of the problem with the quote unquote black community. And it honestly, look, is it fun or funny? Yeah, it's funny. But ultimately, like, no, you should not be moving like that. If you want to call yourself a man, you don't need to be a side nigga. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you even want to be a side nigga if you a man?
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is the end of the second, fuck, man. Yeah, this guy, first of all, I mean, I'm gonna table away my feelings about Nick Cannon, right? Because if anybody knows me, they know that I'm certainly I'm not a full fan, you know what I mean? I'm always admirable of a man of color who's able to essentially, create his own path and bring others along with him along the way. So I won't ever down him on that end. But what my problem seems to be over and over again with Nick Cannon, especially with his last comments that got him kicked off of numerous airwaves. And yeah, he's found his way back onto, American daytime TV, which is insane to me. But, it's this lack of this lack of how do I say this lack of understanding of speaking when you just speak and you don't fully vet through, like, kind of in your head, like, how could this play out if I say some nonsense like this, right? Because the problem with guys that think like Nick Cannon, because I'm sure there's a lot of dudes out there, and I won't sit here either and play as though I haven't put myself in such a precarious position as to be called a side dude, right? And I'll even give my story on the one time that I got knowingly I was the side dude. It's that you can't just go around speaking like this, because not every guy is going to be able to pull this off. Majority of guys out there do not have the social nuance, the game, the understanding about women to be able to play that part, right? Like they're going to end up on First 48, and there's going to be a ton of situations where these guys get the game confused, right? Because they're over here thinking this girl is down for them, and the difference is that when girls are in that part, you're not thinking of the threat of violence on that part. Because I mean, hey, there's some occasions where she'll wild out and blow your head off, for lack of a better term. But if you're talking about a guy, I mean, the amount of carnage that could be created from a thought process such as this is just so irresponsible to even think of him even making such light of this. Like, just everybody, just go ahead, be the side dude, there's no care, no responsibility, and then he has no accountability. No, sorry, he takes no consideration to the fact that he is the absolute worst candidate. As we said earlier, this guy is notorious for shooting clubs up and getting girls pregnant, right? Mr. Fertile himself, you know what I'm saying? And yet he's out here, just use a condom, as if to say that he's the beacon of the success rate that exists when you use protection. You don't even use it, and yet you're over here saying something that's on Vlad TV, which is a huge media a media conglomerate on its own. You know what I mean? Like, that's gonna get a ton of views. Like, I don't know, man. Like, just his whole aura bothers me. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to separate my personal grievances with Nick Cannon and the way that he moves in conversations that include the rest of society, and just this topic. And it's very hard for me to remove the two, because this is some clown shit. You know what I mean? It's some real clown shit.
Yes, man. But so listen to this. As I've been thinking about this topic, because obviously I shot you the text today about I wanted to do this topic. So I've been thinking about this topic for a couple of weeks now. And as I've been getting all the information together, I was like, there's a lot of those freaking red pill dudes, MGTOW dudes, alpha males. You can go on YouTube, the same platform you're watching this video on, and you can watch alpha males telling you how to be the side dude and talking about, her man's a beta male and stuff like that. Well, hold on. Ain't nothing alpha about that. What that is, Elijah. I haven't seen Elijah in a minute. What's good, Elijah? My man, welcome back to the channel. Yo.
Yeah, but no, I was saying yo to Elijah. But yeah, no, I'm definitely curious. Like where is that? Where do you I know you're probably diving into it, but I'm curious as to where the correlation that you're making is with that, as far as the red pill community.
Oh, so the red pill community, obviously, a bunch of guys that I have my own opinions about the red pill guys. I made videos about them. They can check it out on my YouTube channel. My quick summary about the red pill dudes: a lot of them are butthurt dudes. Like, for instance, the dude Myron from that podcast that you like a lot. He's a red pill dude, whether he wants to say it or not. They all have that same type of mindset. They all think that, I've been shat on by girls my whole life. So now that I freaking found out a little bit of information about them, I'm going to misuse it. So they take this little bit of information, like they read like the first 3 pages of the book, and they're like, okay, now I'm gonna use this. I got to be an asshole to women. No, that's not what it's about. It's being you and not mattering, and it doesn't matter how you come across to women. So if that happens to be an asshole, then that's what it is. But you're not. Your aim isn't to be, I'm gonna shit on women. And a lot of these red pill dudes, that's what. Yeah, exactly, Elijah. A lot of red pill dudes, I'm gonna pin that up. Were hurt by women, and now they try to take back their vengeance on them. So it's funny when I see those YouTube videos of alpha male red pill dudes giving advice on how to be a side dude. That's incongruent.
Well, but what? So my question is how do they give advice on how to be a side dude? Right?
Well, I watched several videos, and basically, just to summarize them all, what they start out by saying is like there's different ways that you can go about being a side dude. I'll start with this. None of them say, hey, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like I'm leading, hey, you want to be a side dude? Don't do it. Because like you said, first of all, that's a love triangle that's waiting to happen. And you will wind up on first 48. You know what I'm saying? You're going to wind up with a bullet in your fucking head. And it's not going to be worth it. Okay? Or you'll wind up in jail. One of y'all going to wind up dead or in jail. So they don't start with that. They start with, oh, it's a good thing. And hey, yeah, you should go that route. And if you're going to do it, it's great because everything Nick Cannon just said. They all pretty much stick to that line. They're not thinking about the first 48 aspect of it. They're not thinking about the impact that it has on the community. Because if everyone adapts that mindset, you got to think about the community at that point. And again, if I'm solely talking about the quote unquote black community, right? That's where my issues are, and that's where I'm aiming everything at. So we don't need anything like that in the black community. That's the opposite of what we need in the quote unquote black community. So again, those red pill dudes, alpha male dudes, making these videos about how to instruct people on how to be side dudes and saying that that's alpha. That's not alpha. An alpha male, you know what an alpha male really looks like? An alpha male looks like this. An alpha male has 2-3 wives. And he is the husband to all 3 of them. He has time for all of them. He supports them all and all the children that come from that. That's an alpha male. An alpha male isn't a dude that's like, oh, your dude not home. Let me slide on in. Let me sneak in. Oh, he came home early. I'm gonna climb out the window. That ain't alpha, nigga. The fuck is that? That ain't alpha. So it's interesting. So I say it's interesting because you have these, look, half the niggas on YouTube saying that they alpha. They don't know what the fuck alpha is, man. Again, they read the first 3 pages of the manual, closed that shit, or they heard the first 3 pages being spoken by someone else, picked up a little bit of it, and they're like, oh, I'm an alpha male. No, that's not what being an alpha male is, man. An alpha male is having your shit in line, taking care of your shit. And you know what? Not being perfect. I'm not perfect, but when shit happens, I own it. And I don't run from no obstacle. I don't run from no man. Okay? I make my bed and I lay in it. Period. These dudes out here trying to give advice to these young brothers, like, oh yeah, be a side dude. Nah, you send these niggas up for failure, for death.
Yeah. So I mean, I typically would agree. I don't listen to a ton of sort of red pill community podcasts, I guess, if you could call them that, just because of the notion that you're making, right there in itself. But I mean, I what I can say, because I do watch a lot of the Fresh and Fit podcast, because that's like literally one of my big ones. Am I one of those guys that sort of that follows along with everything they say religiously? Absolutely not. And I'd be a fool to do so, right? Because off the bat, I already know that they're not alpha, right? And they even make sure, and the reason why I can watch them is because they are very quick to admit that they're not alpha guys. right? My problem is when, you know, with them sometimes, right, is that one, you can obviously tell, you know, Myron was the awkward, you know, gangly kid, right, that had absolutely no game whatsoever, and that just went hard in the gym, and then it's now, you know, now he's able to kind of be the dick that quote unquote girls, you know, are attracted to, right? Do I feel sometimes that he forces it? Absolutely. Right. I think he puts a lot of mustard on it, and I think there's points in time where it's just downright uncomfortable. I understand being congruent and I understand being stoic, but there comes a point where it's like, dude, like we get it, man. Like these hoes are not going to listen, man. Like you can try as much as you want to hammer in a point, but when you look at 304s, which they called them on the show, which is if you type it in on an old calculator, it stands for HOES. You know, they're not going to have that. So like that attitude that he has can very easily, and this is why I won't disagree with you when you say that they're butthurt types of guys that, you know, now they, you know, see the manual of how to lay game and lay the woodwork, and they start to get a little, you know, happy footed. I totally get that. But I think these guys absolutely are not advocating for being a side chick. Now I can't say that for the whole community. If anything, they're saying they're giving game to guys of how to better know your worth so that you don't become the side dude sitting along, playing along someone else's game, right? So I can only speak for that podcast, but as far as the rest of the Red Pill community, I would not be surprised, man. I mean, there's a lot of weird, you know, it's a space that's weird, man. It's you know, if you don't check yourself very quickly, or if you remember one of the couple episodes we had back, you know, I can even, you know, take an accountability. I can even admit that I had an instance where my eyes were open, right, to like sort of the nuances of the intersexual dynamics between men and women, as sort of to say that I got a taste of the red pill, and I had the red pill rage, right, and it came across very clearly in how I was speaking with regards to one of the podcasts we did earlier, and we got a ton of backlash off of that podcast, even though that a lot of the things I was saying was beaconed in truth. It at the same token, it came across as if I've been hurt all over the place, which is just not true, right? Because then it gives people the lasso to say, oh, who hurt you, right? And then all those valid points that you bring up, now they get washed away because our society is obviously emotionally driven at times. You know, now it's, you know, kind of waters down the validity as to which you're speaking on. So I just think that, you know, I think that guys like this, you know what I mean, and I don't even get dropped up in the whole like alpha male beta male conversation, because honestly, if you run around saying that I'm a, you know, that an alpha is this and a beta is this, you've already lost to me. You know what I mean, and that's something that, you know, that's something that Myron and this, you know, the guy Fresh, you know do, you know, at nauseum sometimes as well. This you could learn how to be a better beta male, and I'm like, well, if you guys aren't alphas and you're chastising beta males, I think you need to be careful, right? Like, because there's only so many Greek letter alphabets that, you know, you can fall within. Delta, right? Delta. You know what I mean? And this is where my, again, like my issue with that community is that there's a lot of guys that are masking their emotional turmoil with reason, right? As to say that I'm a logical person, you know, and I'm the type of guy that you know, doesn't get all riled up. I'm stoic at all times, but yet when you see it, you see that emotion, the veins in the neck, the fucking, you know, the vigor in their voice. You know what I mean? It really sounds like you're hurting in the inside, man.
Because they are.
You know what I mean?
That's
you know,
I made videos about these guys, and you know, every time I make a video about them, they all hop up. I'm a Sigma male, bro.
Yeah, that's the other one. That's the one that falls in between. That's an interesting one that, you know, I heard about. I don't know if you've heard about Sigma males before.
No, I have not. But yo, I'm telling you, they literally, check out the comment section of any one of my videos about the manosphere, the red pill guys. They're all in there holding hands, trying to freaking come at me about some bitch ass shit.
But those are the lost, right? Those are the guys that, again, that are like feeding off of every little thing. You see what I mean? Like, they're not like myself, right? Where I could take something. If somebody says, for instance, they had an amazing podcast with episode with Andrew Tate. I actually suggest you watch it. With Andrew, this guy named Andrew Tate, who's a world champion kickboxer. They had a couple other guys that are, that are obviously, that obviously can speak on some of these different topics when it comes to the male struggle within the dating place, right? And it was actually a very interesting conversation. And when you peel back the layers, right, you can see the difference between guys that are naturally like this and guys that are literally just like watching these guys who are naturally like this and are basically like just like idolizing them, right? Because that's how Myron and Fresh looked when the guy like Andrew Tate, when a guy like this porn star guy named Sterling were speaking about dealings with women. So what I say this to say that when you look at that community, right, you just have to be careful, man, because there's it's like the saying says, right, like not watch what I do, not what I say, right? And so YouTube and Instagram and all these other things will get you thinking that these guys are living a life that they do not proceed, right? So be careful with what you pick and choose to take away from the things you said. And I would say that's the best approach when watching content like that. Otherwise you'll just end up like those guys in your comment section who swear it's the Bible when they talk.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I've had guys come at me and say, "Oh, how you not going to defend your brother, your male brother and stuff like that?" I said, "Look, man, like if you're not getting no pussy, that sounds like a you problem." You know what I'm saying? That is the biggest you problem I ever heard of in my life. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to feel no type of way, because we were talking about the incels. That's a whole other group inside the Red Pill movement, and I was like,
that's the other side.
They're in the manosphere, the incels.
Well, there's the black pill. There's the red pill. Well, I think this is kind of hard to speak on YouTube, but there's the red pill, there's the blue pill, and then there's the black pill, which are the incels.
Yeah, them niggas need to stay where the fuck they at.
Yeah,
or get a life. Honestly,
that's like the dark side of the force, basically. Like
incels that's like are black pill. Okay, like thank you for that. See, honestly, all I know is the red pill, because I don't get into all that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? I live my life according to the statutes and the commandments of the Most High. And that's what we all should be doing. If you need some fucking guidance, you shouldn't be going out here listening to. I mean, I'm not gonna say listening to another man, but like you gotta know. Like, listen, if the man's bringing knowledge, that's why the name of this channel is The Truth Scope.
Sure.
Because what I'm telling you is the truth. It's not my truth. You hear that shit a lot. Oh, that's my truth. Oh, that's her truth. Nah, the truth isn't subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's objective. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So on my channel, you can fact check me, for lack of better, lack of better terms. You can look it up, and say, oh, is it what this nigga talking about? Is that true or not? Like, listen, the incel dudes, right? The involuntary celibates, just in the name alone.
Lord.
I think that. Look, because they were all in my comments, right? Talking about, oh, what about the incels? That's fucked up how they gotta be treated, and you're not gonna, be confederate with your fellow brothers and stuff like that. I said, listen,
bro.
Listen, this nigga's in prison, locked down. This nigga's handicapped in wheelchairs, getting their dick sucked and getting pussy. So what the fuck? Man. I got no sympathy for no incel. Involuntary celibate. Bitches don't want you. You know what that means? We live in America, nigga. This ain't fucking communist Russia. This is America. That means that your values all off. You need to recalibrate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be thinking you can get these bitches, but you down here though. All right?
Yeah,
or you might be able to get these bitches, but you just gotta retool some shit to get those bitches. Don't be over here like, woe is me, and we're victims and shit. You sound like a bunch of pussies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got no time for that. Stay the fuck off my comments.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, and that's why I always make sure to clear up, because like there is a little bit of there's a good amount of truth that you can get from the Red Pill community, because I think it's for guys that are like myself that kind of know the game, right? But you've always seen these like little things that have happened throughout the course of your life. You always wonder, like, kind of, is this something that's applicable to a generalized, population? Right. And then when you hear some of those truths kind of broken down, that's when you're able to go, I never thought of it like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I take away from that community. Now, if we're going over to that side of the spectrum, that deep, dark side, Lord, man, like I have no respect, right, for guys that take that take that side of the spectrum and go crazy, man. Like we get it, right? You're not the average height. You're 5'4". You're 250 pounds. You know what I mean? You're socially awkward around women. You know what I mean? Like you just, we get it, right? But then at what point are you gonna take accountability for your shortcomings, man? Like these guys would be, the crazy thing is that these guys would be amazing, you know, side dudes. Actually, you know, they would be the perfect ones, because guess what? God forbid the real one, you know, the real boyfriend or husband comes knocking, you know, they're probably already gonna be strapped and ready to go to protect that, you know, protect their investment, man, because they will be invested. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know, man. Like this is just like we're in dangerous times, man. And I think people don't really understand, you know, and you know, we talk about this a lot. I don't think people really get, you know, the struggles that men have in 2021 to go into 2022. The average dude I'm talking about, not the guy, because honestly, Aaron, like we're not average, right? Not even speaking of financially, you know, physically, we're not average. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you're 6'2".
Yeah.
I'm 6'3", you know what I'm saying, almost 6'4", you know what I'm saying? Like we're built like guys that are, you know, guys that you would expect to do well with women, right? So you know what I mean? So but that's the thing, right? Like, you know, that's why I always say be careful of the advice you take from, because if you're taking advice from, you know, and I think that's the problem, right? A lot of those incel guys, and I don't even know if we're even allowed to be saying this word, but those type of guys, they take advice from guys that are naturals, quote unquote, guys that are like me and yourself, right? Who are, when we get into a room full of women, we don't start sweating and fucking, you know, and our hearts don't start palpitating, right? That's the absolute wrong thing you could do. Why you should be looking at guys who went from being in a similar situation.
Oh, Elijah.
That's
all right.
And that's the beautiful thing about it, right, Elijah? And this is why me and Aaron have no respect for guys that fall within that category, because at the end of the day, it's like, if you could, there's YouTube videos on how to make money off of posting rain videos for 10 hours, where you can make $300 minimum a month just posting a week, you know, just posting a rain video. Like there's videos on everything on YouTube, right? To give yourself knowledge. Go look up a dude that had your similar situation, found himself getting in the light, and what accountability he had to take in order to do it. But no, these guys don't want to do the work. They want to be lazy. They want to get a growth spurt at the age of 35. You know what I'm saying? They want to lose 150 pounds without going to the gym.
My biggest issue with them is that, like, again, instead of taking the accountability, they run to a group that's going to shelter them from accountability. You know, it's like a bunch of women. You know, like I always say, is if you want to hear someone give the worst advice that you ever heard, listen to a woman give another woman advice. That'll be the worst advice you ever heard someone gives another person. So incels, they act like women because they literally go to a group and they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, I don't want to look at the mirror and deal with me. You know, it's everyone else, right? Because it's not just me that's not getting laid. I'm trying to get laid. Right? You guys are trying to get laid. Yeah, we should go, you know, do something crazy. Like, I don't know what the fuck they do. You know, I don't know.
They're the ones that shoot up the grocery store. They shoot up the banks. That's how they take it out.
Yeah, or their job, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, he was always nice at work, but one day he came in and just
no, because I'll say this, right? Like those are the types of guys, like, and this is why I say, like, you know, I learned a lot, man. And you know, Elijah's over here, you know, spitting some hard, you know, some hard facts right now, in our chat. So please, guys, if you are tuned in, by all means, you know, sign up, and get squared away in our chat so you can tune in like Elijah usually does.
So they're trying to get laid, but aren't trying to get laid.
So my biggest thing is that, you know, when you look at it like this is why we're in a dangerous time, right? Because those types of guys are the most dangerous. Because, you know, I say it like this, right? And I heard this. This was like beautifully put by an analogy that was beautifully put by one of the guys from the episode I watched, and he was like, "Who do you trust more? Do you trust more a man that has no?"
Oh, okay. We lost Mike. Give him a second. He'll be back. Basement dwellers. Who the heck is that guy? Brandis Cal? I don't know who that is. Mike's back.
You hear me?
Right. Yep. We're gonna have to get that video pulled up too.
It's down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I got
no
you.
worries, no worries. But he said room is falling.
Yeah, we got kicked off. But let me know if you can see it.
I got it.
All right, cool. So what I was just quickly, I just want to say, and then we can finish this video, is that the analogy was that, like, and when it comes to dating men, right?
I can hear myself again. Oh yeah, pull the video. I think.
You said you can hear yourself again?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, we got it back. Elijah, we got it. Oh, we're having some technical difficulties, man. But yeah, Elijah, look, man, when it comes to these incel dudes, like I said, I got these videos. Didn't the Cannon child just pass or something? Honestly, I don't know. If he did or she did, then that's very unfortunate. And, my condolences go out to that family. But, considering Nick Cannon and, and who he is, I think that it's safe to say that he's definitely in the Hollywood craft. You don't come up the stage like that and get on all these TV shows on nationally televised TV shows without laying down with the devil. So, not to get into any conspiracy theories or nothing like that, but that's just the reality. They call it Hollyweird for a reason. So I wouldn't doubt it if Nick Cannon was out there sacrificing his kid. I mean, look, the nigga got mad kids. You know what I'm saying? So I would not. Yeah, he's always been a clown to me too. I've never liked Nick Cannon, even from all that. I've never liked Nick Cannon. Don't get me wrong; he's had some decent movies like Drumline. I like that, and he did like a few other movies that were all right. But he's never really been like my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, can you hear yourself
now?
again?
My condom ratio.
Nah, but I'm gonna have to lower Nick Cannon's voice down real fast. All right, we're good.
Nah, I just wanted to make sure you were able to hear both.
All right, we're good. Mike. Oh, Mike, something's wrong with his connection. Normally it's my connection. Elijah, you still with us? Because I don't know what's going on right now. Yo, Cortez, what's good, brother? What up, man? How's it going? We're having some technical difficulties right now with Big Mike's connection. We were just talking about side dudes, man. Side dudes, and how, like, good, bad, ugly side dudes. Look, ultimately, my message is, because I'm not sure what's happening with Mike or if he's gonna be able to come back or not. But my message is, look, it's not good advice to tell brothers to be a side dude. All right, there's nothing alpha about that. There's nothing quote unquote manly about that. If you like, it's sneaky. Men are supposed to do things on the up and up. Nothing sneaky about it. So even if you're in a relationship, right, and then there's another chick that you want, hey, why not have them both? Now I know living in this society, that is that's a thing that is frowned upon, but look, in the scriptures, a man can have more than one wife. A woman can't, obviously, she can't have more than one husband, but a man can have more than one wife. It's in the scriptures. So, but it has to be in order. You're not just supposed to be out there just doing your own thing willy-nilly, just going out there, just fucking whoever, whatever. That's irresponsible. A man is supposed to carry a certain air about him. And going out there being a side dude, sneaking into another man's house, that is not what real men do. Exactly, Cortez. Exactly, Cortez. I'm gonna put that on screen because that is exactly what it's about. A real man isn't trying to have no part of that. That's not how real men move. That's not how real men operate. You know what I'm saying? And again, Elijah, exactly. There is no respect in that. I don't got no respect for none of them niggas, man. So, and ultimately, look, it's dangerous to be a side dude. That's a fucking love triangle, man. Like, that's a love triangle. Sooner or later, you're legit playing with fire. All right. So that dude finds out, and let him be one of those, like, a little bit off type dudes or whatever the case may be. Well, you never know. That nigga might just be a straight up nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, he come home, see you in the bed with his wife, whatever the case may be, and don't think twice about putting a fucking bullet in your ass. And is it worth it because you was a side nigga? No, nigga. Because in reality, you could have had the girl if you really wanted her anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? If you was like, you know what, look, I got a girl, but I want you to be my girl too, and that's how I'm moving, and like, fuck it, what you gonna say? Yes or no? All right, no, then go on. But I guarantee you, and I'm not trying to be out here like telling dudes to get multiple women. You don't have to have multiple women, but if you want multiple women, there's nothing wrong with having multiple women. But you got to be able to do it all in order. You got to be able to, like, first of all, one woman is enough. Hey, I can tell you that right now. That's enough for me. But other dudes, hey, if you can pull it off, you know what I'm saying, and have them all on the same page, like, what's that nigga name? Polite. I mean, Polite on some other shit right now anyway, but the nigga got multiple wives, all right? For lack of better example. Side dudes are simps. They allow women to live like kings. Not even exactly, yo, brothers, y'all slaying it in the chats right now, man. That's exactly my point. You know what's funny? When I was making this video, or when I was thinking about making this video going live, I was like, I wonder what dudes are going to think, because I know based off of like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that, and even on YouTube, dudes are like, oh yeah, I'm the CEO of Side Dude, yada yada yada. I'm the president. Oh yeah, I love being a Side Dude. Even this nigga Nick Cannon on the video that we had that Mike's having some issues right now. Let's see if he texts me. Oh, he's back. So even with Nick Cannon, which is he's a celebrity. Even him, he's out here saying that nonsense, and it's irresponsible. So, Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Give me a second.
All right. So just so you know, Elijah and Cortez have been blowing up the chat with some fire bombs, and I wish we had the sound effect for this, because these brothers have been lighting it up in your absence, and it's all on point. It's all on point, man. Being a side dude is a female thing, correct? Never be a side dude. There's no respect in that, correct? No real man wants to be a part of a woman's harem. Can't say it better myself, man. Can't say it better myself. If you alpha or have game, you would have her. Exactly, Elijah. That's my point. You don't have to be running in and out of another man's home, doing all that shit. It's unbecoming of a man. It literally contradicts what being a man is.
Yeah, my shit is like spotty as hell, man. Yeah, you can hear me all right?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's saying it's green.
Yeah, now it's green now, but before it was red.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
you go ahead. I mean, I'm still.
All right. So I was just talking to these brothers about what they were saying, because we didn't have the video, so we were just talking about overall thoughts on it, and obviously we're all on the same page because we're all men here. So yeah, it's definitely good to have y'all both in the chat. I haven't seen Elijah in a minute. Elijah, where you been at, brother? Where you been? Because it's been at least like a month or two since I've seen you in the chat, man.
Yo, this is wild. I can't even. What the fuck is going on?
You still having trouble pulling it up?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, Elijah said he can hear you. And I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yep. Busy with work. That's man. We all gotta do what we gotta do, man. So that's good. It's good you've been busy with work, and obviously nothing. Oh, there he goes again. I don't know what's going on with this brother's connection. Normally, I'm the one that has a spotty connection, but as I was saying, Elijah, it's better to be busy with work than busy with something, unfortunate, anything like that. So knock on wood. Hope everything remains peaceful and tranquil and placid going for you. But it's definitely good to have you back and see you in the comments, bringing that perspective, man, because I'm telling you, a lot of these dudes out here, I've been doing research behind this. I don't want to say research, like I've been doing all that, but I've been watching different YouTube videos, getting different guys' perspective, guys from different backgrounds, Red Pill guys, Manosphere guys, MGTOW guys. Oh, yeah, Christmas, man. It's coming up so fast, man. I feel like Thanksgiving was just like yesterday. And now we got thanks, man. Yo, he good, man. He's getting big, bro. Yo, he getting big, man. He's getting so much bigger. But the good thing is, because he's getting bigger, I don't always need to be holding him. Now he can kind of like sit up. He could keep his head up. He can like look around and stuff like that. So it actually gives me a little bit more time to make videos and stuff like that and get on it live. But thanks for asking, brother. I really do appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, man, we just been, trying to do our thing over here, getting ready for the holiday season. I'm still trying to, have these discussions about relevant topics, because unfortunately, a topic like this is relevant, because unfortunately, there are many dudes out there, side nigga and it up. So Thanks, brother. Thank you, man. Yes, definitely a blessing, man. Definitely a blessing, man. Yo, do you have any kids, Elijah? Because it's definitely a blessing, man. Definitely, life changing blessing. You know, every day I look at him, I'm just like, wow. You know, wow. He's starting to see things now. He's reaching for things now. You know, he understands things now. No kids for you. Hey, man, I'm telling you, it's a blessing, brother. But obviously, look, man, and I said this before, you know, you don't want to just be out there having kids. And I know that you know, but for the people that's going to watch this video in the future on YouTube, they're not going to see all the comments unless they scroll through the comments, but I don't think most people do. But you got a girl. That's good, man. That's good. There you go. You know, that's how it starts. You know, make sure she's, you know, obviously I'm sure she's your girl. She's on the up and up and stuff like that. Because you have your head on right, obviously. You're not one of these crazy dudes out here. You know what I'm saying? You're not one of these crazy dudes. So I'm sure you'll be fine. Like I'm not worried about you. It's everybody else out here that we making these videos for, man. Yeah, man. Oh, Future. Oh, forget about it, bro. Forget about it, man. Yeah, these dudes. I don't even. I got no words for those dudes, man. I think about sometimes making videos about, you know, like the Future, the Nick Cannon and stuff that they got going on, and it's like, yo, or even some of the NBA players, like Kevin Garnett had like damn near 13 kids or something like that. It's just like, come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You know, go forth and multiply. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fine. You want to have kids? Hey, knock yourself out. But I totally recommend, if you're going to do it, have them all with the same woman. Or if you are one of the dudes that I was talking about, that's like, you know what, I want multiple women, and you can have them all in order, like y'all live together, you got this big ass family, then have it with those women. Don't be having baby mama over here, baby mama over here. Because now, look, man, look. What happens is, then these women, these females got your kids, right? Your seed around whoever, whenever, whatever o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how you're supposed to be doing it, because you can't be responsible over that if you're not even there. You going back and forth to court about child support and all sort of nonsense. You don't even got, you know, custody of your damn kids and shit like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That tells me that you're not obviously you're not a father, and you had no intention of being a father. Maybe you don't even know how to be a father. You know what I'm saying? Because to have 13 kids irresponsibly like that, that's just crazy. Baby daddy syndrome and shit. Yeah, dead ass. You know what it is? These niggas dead ass think that, oh, once I have the baby with them, you know, they're gonna be stuck on me forever. They always gonna have love for me in their heart, whatever the case may be, and stuff like that. That's some real like low level thinking type shit. Because first of all, nigga, no. Once she gets the baby from you, she don't need your ass no more because she already got you. You know what I'm saying? Based off the white man's court system, she got you. All right. So your seed is the most precious thing that you own. It's the most precious thing that you own. It's the most precious thing that you own. So when you are spreading it, you should be doing it responsibly, because it's the most valuable thing. It's the most precious thing that you own as a man. That is literally that is your essence. Okay. So these dudes out here, they're just out here. Morals are depreciating. Yes, brother. Yes. Actually, I'm not even sure if I can say that. I think morals are just fucking gone. Them shits left. They out the fucking window, man. They've been gone. You know what I'm saying? Morals been so gone. When you send morals an email and be like, "Oh, been out of the office for vacation. We'll be back next year." Like, that's what the reply back messages from morals email account. Bastardized children turn to monsters. Yes, it's a cycle, especially in the quote unquote black community, man. And that's why I make videos all the time about this stuff, because it affects us. You know what I'm saying? You don't see Tom Brady out there with 13 kids, but all these different baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? I think that NFL quarterback, I think Phillip Rivers had a lot of kids, but I'm pretty sure they're all with his wife. Now, y'all can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure he had them all with the same wife. But you know, you don't see these other demographics doing this nonsense, because in our community it's like, you know, propagated like, oh, that baby daddy, baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that just so accepted and stuff like that? It should be looked at like as a stigma or as some shame attached to it. For instance, you know, I have a son. He'll be 5 months in a couple of days, right? But he was born in marriage. You know I was married to my wife, and I'm not trying to downplay the people that had children out of wedlock, nothing like that. Because look, I get it. Sometimes something's happened, and again, if you don't have the understanding and the knowledge when you're doing these things, because you're still a child, you know what? It's not about that. It's about once you gain the knowledge, what do you do? What are you doing? Are you still out there doing that dumb shit, that nonsense? Then yeah, there's an issue, But my biggest gripe with the futures in the Nick Cannons of the world is, again, they're quote unquote black men that are looked at like, oh.
$5 a month with Lemonade.
Oh man, can you guys hear me? You guys hear me all right? This shit's crazy, y'all. We do it live. Oh man, I guess I get tapped in now. All right. So yeah, I don't know what my co-host went over with y'all as of yet. I know this please forgive us for this connection and whatnot. It's definitely getting so out of hand. Usually my connection's pretty good at the house. I don't know why it's acting up. I think Aaron's coming in now.
What's going on? What is going on?
Yeah, they're saying yours was like kicking you out now.
Yo, what is going on? We probably getting flagged because we talking about this truth.
Yeah, I told you, bro. I told you, man. We're probably getting fucking what's that thing called? Probably getting blackballed or whatever. I told you as soon as we started talking about the B pill, man, they were gonna start killing us sideways, man. Oh boy, I wouldn't be surprised they don't even let us put up a section of this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this right now. This is like wild. Yeah, now I can't hear Aaron.
I refuse to be silenced. I will not be silenced. I hear that echo, Mike.
Yeah, give me a second, man.
Yo, Elijah, Cortex, there. Y'all rocking with us?
They are loyal, man. They are definitely loyal.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yep. 10, 15 minutes left. Chop it up.
You said you could hear yourself, though?
Oh, yeah. Hear myself.
Come on, man. It's always one thing or another with this.
I'm telling y'all, they trying to flag us, man. It's probably them damn incel niggas, man. They're like.
That's freaking guy, man. Oh, now you got kicked out again. Yo. Yeah, he should be good now when he gets back. Let me know if you guys can hear me now.
They're trying to fucking silence me, bro.
Yeah, stop saying that word, man. They're not playing, yo. I think they're as soon as that shit comes out, man, we're screwed, bro.
All right, that was up saying it, man. But
yeah,
y'all know who I'm talking about.
But yeah, so what I was trying to say, Lord, guys, please forgive me, man. What I was trying to give drop as far as a learning point I learned was like, this is why, guys, this is this side dude, I'll bring it all back in the fold. There's the side dude conversation I think sparks a bigger one about the types of guys that you surround yourselves with, guys, right? Because the types of guys in my circle, they're not the types of guys that are. All right, Aaron got kicked out again, but I'll continue. They're not the types of guys that are thirsty for women, right? Because an analogy that was made as part of that I heard in a really interesting conversation was that, hey, look, they asked the women, like, who do you trust more? Do you trust more a guy that has no options and picks you because you're the only option he can get, or the guy that could come home that comes home to you 5 days out of the week, right? But then has options to circle around on Saturday and Sunday, right? But he consistently comes back to you even though he has options. Which guy do you trust more? And it's, when they broke it down like that, I'm like, yo, this is why you can trust certain types of guys and you can't trust the others, right? Because the ones that are thirsty for sexual access, like these side dudes, obviously, they're putting themselves in a position where, a compromising position, knowing full well that they're not getting, all the perks of on the other side of the spectrum, right? These are trustworthy individuals, right? Because they're the types of guys that will laugh in your face, will shake your hand, and then pull the bitch assness on the side of the road, dude. Right? So like this is where, guys, we have to be, when we see this side dude conversation, there's a lot of guys that think just like Nick Cannon, and they're the same guys that dap you up when you go play basketball. They dap you up when you're at the gym. They dap you up when you're at the club, right? These are the same guys that look you in your face and try to show you that they're real, when in all actuality, they're out here doing the bullshit, right? So that's something I want you guys to kind of take away is, the scarcity mindset that's really really prevalent in today's day and age. We got to be very careful about how we choose to associate, right? You know what I mean? That's something that, I'm taking a look. Side dude's the guy that the woman can't tame or lock down. No, see, that's the thing, right? So, where the problem, and I get where your point is with that. But essentially, right, the side dude is again, like, this speaks to the character, right? Because I'll tell you this, and I'll even give in a situation that I was caught being the side doing. And honestly, from a character perspective, there's no way you can feel good about doing this, even just some of the things that I was doing, right? So like I had a situation where, I met this woman at this old job I had, and she was an older woman, and exactly. So, and then this is why I can say this with full accountability that, like, I'm not proud of, what took place, right? So there was this girl, she was in a relationship for 9 years, bro, for 9 years. And the guy that she was dating, what I found out through, conversations after work, we were in the city, so the city life, and all this other stuff. And I find out that, he wasn't giving her the D, right? So we met in February, and I found out that he hadn't been giving her D. They've been living in the same place since they've been together for 9 years. They hadn't had sex since July of the year prior. And I'm sitting there going, like, as a 25-year-old, I'm like, oh shit, cha-ching, that means, like, I'm about to slide in. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like, I'm about to go in there, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm about to blow it up.
Yeah, I can't believe I made it back. I can't believe I made it back. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is insane, man. But no, I was just giving these guys a quick anecdote about how, like, the reason why I say, like, guys that love being in that side dude position are just guys you don't really want in your corner, man. And my short story about it was just like, I was dealing with this woman. I was 24 going on 25. She was 35. At the time, she was in a long relationship, 9-year relationship. The guy hadn't taken the steps to, to put the ring on it, because she had been in a prior marriage before, but she's been with this dude for 9 years. I find out that, and I was telling Elijah and the rest of the people that are tuned in, that they hadn't had, I met her in February of a certain year, and they hadn't had sex since the July of the past year, right? But they were living together, right? And they slept in separate rooms. right? So they're basically like roommates at a certain point, right? So we started on our little fling, you know what I'm saying? And like we're going back, we're sending the nasty messages back and forth, we're doing the most. And I'm over here thinking like, oh, I'm thinking like Nick Cannon's thinking like, oh yeah, dude, like I ain't got no responsibilities. Like this guy's got to do all the taking her out. I get to just go out after work in the city and go crazy. And then the shit hits the fan, man. The shit hits the fan. The guy catches wind of a text that she sees from me, and all of a sudden he gives a fuck about her, right? And so the shit hits the fan. She ends up becoming a shell of herself. And I'm not going to go too crazy in kind of the ramifications for her. But she dealt with a lot, dude. Like it was to the point where she had to leave the company we were working for. She had to, do some outside work to make sure she was good. You know what I mean? Like she went through it, you know what I'm saying? And like, I don't think that when I look back on it, man, like I can't say I'm proud of, that situation, because if I would have playing the hindsight 2020, if I simply would have just waited my turn, right? Got to know her on a cordial level, you know what I'm saying? Been cool with her, obviously kept my options open as far as what was out there. It probably would have ended up where we would have been able to go down that lane.
Mm-hmm.
But because I was in that mindset, I was like, oh, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? The 35-year-old, like, I'm dating an older woman. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dangerous feeling.
Yeah.
I got caught up in the wind, and boom, a whole 9 years, bro, wiped off the face of the map, bro. And like, I'm sitting there thinking as a 25-year-old, I'm like, yo, I just fucked up somebody's future willingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, with no remorse at that time. Like what does that say about me, dude?
Yeah. So I want to point out something in that. Let's unpack that, because
sure.
For the brothers out there that's listening that might be on the fence about what we're saying, that might be like, oh, there's some old heads talking some bullshit. Look, Mike said he wiped off the 9 years right? And then some people might be saying, oh, well, no, she did it too, right? Ultimately, it's up to the man, because Mike had the choice.
Absolutely. Mike
decided to go forward with it. Because the woman, if you give her an opportunity, she's always going to make the wrong choice. Women, literally, people don't like when I say it, but this is true. They are agents of chaos. You know what I'm saying? They don't like things to be placid. They don't like the mundane. It's hard to find a woman that's going to like, schedule and routine and the 9 to 5 and every day is the same thing and meatloaf Wednesdays and shit like that. They do not like that. I mean, a lot of people don't like that in general, but men are easier to deal with, because men, we get it. We have a role. This is what we do. We don't like it, but we're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for my son, my wife, my mother, my family, and all that stuff. And my friends are my motivation, and they keep me going. Things like that. Women, on the other hand, no. The water's too calm, too still. They throw a rock in that shit, bro. They add the ripples. So again, it's up to the man. Like, yeah, you might get propositioned by an older woman, but it's still up to you to know, hey, I'm not supposed to do that. Because if you want this anyway, look, I can tell you right now, you're gonna have to leave him. Period.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Because at the end of the day, ultimately, it's not like, look, Mike's situation went rather well for him. Because he could have wound up dead. Don't make light of this. I know I'm laughing right now, but it's a very serious thing. You can die in this. That's a love triangle, man.
Oh yeah,
that's definitely a love triangle, man. If he would have came in and maybe, or if he would have saw a text that was a video of Mike clapping her cheeks or something like that, he could have killed her that night.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Or just saw it and then not said nothing to her. Just waited till the next time that he left, knowing Mike was going to come, and then confronted him about it. And then say Mike in the confrontation might have killed him. All of these things can come from it. Or if he goes to the wife and says, "Oh, what's up?" And she's like, "Oh, this guy I met at work, he keeps harassing me. This young guy, yada yada." Because women will do that. They will do that. They'll be like, "Oh, I don't want nothing to do with him. I've been trying to tell him to stop. Oh, how can you tell me, honey? Oh, because I didn't want you to get involved. I'm just so scared he won't leave me alone." Now he's thinking that he's gonna cave up for his wife and all this other stuff. Now you looking like, what the hell's going on here? And again, it's not going to end well. Exactly. Shoot your ass, no problem. Like, look. Now, me, I'm not the type of dude. Just so y'all know. You know, and my wife watches the videos as well, and she already knows. But just to reinforce, I'm not that type. You know, you want to go out there and be crazy, get crazy. Hey, by all means, you know what I'm saying, you can go that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna kill nobody or have my life taken over. You know, fighting over no goddamn woman. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you lost her, that means you never had her. Period. Okay. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to unpack about that. You know, brothers gotta understand, like, you know, a lot of time the women will proposition you, but it's still up to you to know better and do better.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree fully. I mean, and that's where, and this is, guys, this is the power of, I think, of this conversation is that, you know, I think we need to get into a space where we start to look at, you know, accountability is not something to sort of shame, right? Because I know when we on this channel, when we hold women accountable, when we hold men accountable, the first thing people are going like, oh, well, you know, shit, like, you know, you guys are making it seem like, you know, you guys are this, you guys are that, and I'm like, guys, like, where have we ever said that we were finished products? Like, all we're simply doing is giving you guys the outlook of what we see. Right, that is the whole point of this channel. That is the whole point of the reason why we created this conglomerate that we're looking to continue to have flourish. Right, it's just to give, you know, everybody else the average. I don't say the average guy, but to give the guy that's you know, that's sort of looking around at all these different channels and all that, to see that, you know, yeah, there's people out there that see what the fuck is going on. Right, they see the nuance, they see the nonsense, they see the craziness. Right, so you're not the only ones. Right. That's kind of where we wanted to give voice to. And I think that with this conversation with the side dude, and I'm glad we were able to, I wasn't even sure when you picked this topic. I was like, damn, I was like, how the heck can we turn this into an hour? And don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of it was because of this fucking computer mess. I mean, I honestly think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with that whole pill thing. But nonetheless, right? Nonetheless, it did spark like a very amazing conversation. And I know Elijah and Cortez were able to champion while I was gone and hold down the fort.
Yeah, thanks, brothers. Thank you.
And I appreciate that. But that's something, guys. I think this is something that we have to have a bigger conversation about, that the scarcity mindset. Right? I'll keep on bringing it up because I think a lot of times, a lot of the struggles that we see with men nowadays comes with the fact that they don't believe that there are options. Right? They don't believe that there's a path of least resistance. They don't believe that there's a path of working. Right? That invisible barrier of performance, they sort of see it. Because you know, most people that are not obviously men that are most people that are not men that can't see it, but for these guys, right, you know, they can't sort of wrap their heads around the fact that you must become in order to be the guy that everybody wants to look up to, right? It's not going to happen overnight. And if the more you consider, absolutely, you know, and that, Elijah, that's a great point. The more you continue to outlook life in such a way where it's you have no options and you have no way of overcoming, you've already lost the game of life, guys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because me, I'm over. I will say I'm probably the heaviest I've been in my life. Do I go around out here anytime I talk to a woman and go, oh, you know, I'm fat. You know, I'm fat right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna like me because I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna do it because I'm fat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I got two options. I got two options, right? I either step my game up, right, or I go to the fucking gym, right? Like that's it. Step my game up all around, and then obviously for my health wise, go to the fucking gym. You know what the problem is? There's a lot of you guys, right, that have that no hope mindset. You do everything you do for the wrong reasons.
Yes. Preach.
You do everything for the wrong fucking reasons. You do it because you want to get the baddest bitch. You do it because you want to do you want to be the guy that that's running around with that can say that I got the I benched 250. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to show off all these nonsense things, right? But instead of taking a look inwards and saying, look, let me just do something for me, right? Let me do something that helps and benefits me. Stop worrying about fucking women. Like, that's your problem. Yeah. You guys are so centered and focused on a entity, right?
They worship women. That's what makes them simps.
You put yourselves in these dangerous positions where you end up, you know, worshiping the women that definitely aren't even looking your way, because you're not even fucking doing the work for them to even see you.
Yeah,
there's a lot of y'all that are invisible because of the fact that you're good with being average. And hey, look, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with a man that chooses. And this is the bigger problem, right? I think there's nothing wrong with a guy that's 5'9", 5'8", sorry, I should say, makes $40,000 to $50,000 a year, but he's a teacher and he loves fucking teaching.
Agreed,
right?
Elijah.
And he loves fucking, talking to kids, being creating the best men that the planet will ever see and ever know. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand, if you want a certain type of woman, right, you have to understand the game. And if you think that you're just going to just, curse women into falling into your lap, well, hey, look, maybe that woman that's so materialistic and only devoted to things of the flesh, maybe that's not your best option, buddy. Maybe you should date someone that's around your tax bracket, right? That has the values, that is going to appreciate a guy who comes home every day after from 7 to 3:45 p.m. comes home and he's able to simply say, I enjoyed the fuck out of what I did today.
Yeah.
I made some kids laugh today. I made a difference in a kid's life.
Yeah.
Stop being so afraid to fall within the quote unquote the average parameter. There's nothing wrong with that. But that doesn't mean that you can just simply be average and not take care of yourself for you and not do the little things and help yourself embrace some knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead to a seminar or two. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with those things, man. But just stop doing these things for women, man. I think that's my biggest point.
Yeah. Look, man, I don't want to beat the hell out of that horse, but 100% true, man. 100%. I'm a therapist. My girl is a veterinarian. Anything is possible if you got game. Yeah. Spoken like a true champ. That's facts.
Yeah, man.
So just to kind of wrap it all up, brothers, to be a side dude, you're selling yourself short ultimately. You're not taking yourself seriously. And I say this all the time. First of all, don't take anyone, especially women, more serious than they take themselves. And that includes yourself. A lot of y'all don't take yourselves seriously enough, and it shows. And it shows. Now, is it the end all be all? No, it can be changed. You could begin to take yourself seriously, but you're gonna have to, because if not, you're going to be side dude. You're gonna stay in that realm and all that stuff. And look, it's not cool. We're here to let you know right now, it's not cool. Yeah. I don't care if Nick Cannon says it. I don't care if freaking Future says it. I don't care if 50,000 YouTubers say it. Look, I'm here. We are here. And that's Elijah and Cortez included to give y'all the truth. All right. The truth is that shit is not cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing manly about that. And again, don't get me wrong, like Mike said, he's been there. I've been there. But once you watch this video, you can't go back. That's my point. Yeah. You can't go back because now you know the truth. Kind of like in the Garden of Eden. Once Eve ate from the apple or the forbidden fruit, once she took the fucking first bite and got the knowledge, she couldn't go back. Yeah. She could not go back. And the same thing with the knowledge that we're kicking on this channel. The knowledge that Mike's kicking, the knowledge that I'm kicking, the knowledge that Elijah and Cortez are dropping in the comments. Once you read it, it's like biting of the forbidden fruit. You cannot go back. And if you go back, it's shame on you because you know better. So again, like Elijah just said, you have to know your worth. Okay? That way you can do better. Period. Yes, so I'll end with this. This is a story that the main reason why I wanted to do this video. This is dude I used to work with. Real cool dude, right? He's about like 37 years old. Probably about like our height, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like our size. You know what I'm saying? Definitely around there. Puerto Rican. So real cool dude. Real cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, if you ever met him, we'd all have a cool time. Okay. So long story short, the dude, I caught a red flag one time from this dude. We had a work Instagram page to promote the business, right? And we all had access to the account. So one day, there was a message in it, and it was like, "Oh, I know it's you, such and such. Like stop, like trying to contact me. I don't want to do with you, all this stuff." And I'm like, "Oh," but I didn't say that. I'm like, you know what? Like, this ain't none of my business. I'm just gonna leave that. You know what I'm saying? And let him handle his business. So that was years ago. Now, recently, like 2 weeks ago, no, a month ago, dude was hanging out with another one of our mutual friends, and I couldn't make it that night, so they all chilling and they talking, and then the homie told me that the Puerto Rican dude, they're both Puerto Rican, but the Puerto Rican dude, he was talking about how he's got this young chick, because he's 37, this young chick, she's like 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he really likes her, but he's the side dude, the knowing side dude, knowingly. Yeah, so, and then obviously I wasn't there for this conversation. Had I been there, I could have been like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So they got this relationship. They don't go out anywhere. It's just she comes over to his crib, she might spend a night, whatever, and then she leaves. But they don't go out to no dates, no dinner, no movies, no nothing, right? And then supposedly she wants to leave her boyfriend, but they have the same mutual friends, so they're always together.
Oh hell no, man! Somebody gotta die, man. Somebody gotta die. Man.
So wait, there's more. So and I don't mean to laugh at this brother. Again, he's a real cool dude. Nothing against him, but I have to use this anecdote because like that's what life is about. Like this is what's really going on out here. So the other homie told him, hey, you should go and like let her know, like cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? It's either one or the other. So then he said that he went to go talk to her, and then he said, hey, so what happened? And he said, oh, she redecorated my whole apartment. And the dude was like, what do you mean she redecorated your whole apartment? He's like, she literally came in and redecorated my whole apartment. And then he said he lost communication with him after that. And I'm sitting there thinking like, somebody gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna die in this, dude. Like, yeah, but no one's been able to contact this nigga since that day.
Oh nah, he came over and was like, yeah, I'm dead, dude.
I swear, even when I talked to the homie, because the homie I saw him the other day, he gave me a bottle of coquito, good looking, bro. And then he was like, yo, I haven't been able to get in contact with him, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, listen, I said, I'll call him, whatever. He's like, yeah, I was trying to call, but it's going straight to voicemail or whatever. I tried to check him on the white pages, and it said that he moved to like Texas or something like that. And I'm sitting there thinking like, I mean, he might have got some hints or some tips from the Brian Laundrie case and was like, I'm telling you, but I'm like, yo, this shit happens, bro. You wouldn't have, because first of all, it's telling me that you are in love with this chick. Number one, you should not be in love with this chick, or you shouldn't be in love with anything. You can love somebody. I love my wife. I am not in love. In love would have me killing over this bitch or something. I mean, I will kill over my wife, obviously, but like,
have you straight up.
Yeah, but like another man. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, if I walk in and see my wife with another man and I'm in love with my wife, everyone's dying.
Yeah.
But if I love my wife and I see that, yeah, it's going to hurt. But I'm not going to be like, now I'm going to fucking kill everybody over this shit. Like, nah. Well, okay. The writing's on the wall here. This is done.
Yeah.
I'm out. Because if I don't leave, someone's going to die.
Yeah.
So this guy's obviously like in love with this young chick, which number one, dude, if she's 24, I think she's 24. She's 24, you're 37. Mm-hmm. You are not in the same stage of life, nigga. She just wants the dick. She want to fuck. She want exactly what y'all doing. You out here trying to make it into more. So, the only role you pretty have right there is a side dude. But I'm telling you, don't be side dude. You let her know, hey, this is it or that's not it. And that's it. You have to be okay with it. Don't be like, oh, send a text like, or even because a lot of y'all niggas won't make the phone call. Y'all probably gonna send a text like, oh, so you're gonna have to make a decision, or me or him or whatever. And then you send it, and then she leave that shit on red for like 20 minutes. And now y'all niggas over here fucking sweating at the hands and shit. Your stomach hurt. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to eat. You know what I'm saying? You look like you've gone through withdrawals and shit. No, seriously. So then, 2 minutes later, you send a text saying, but if you don't want to do that, it's cool. I don't want to force it on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this guy going in, man. You saying this stuff a little too easy, man. It sounds a little too. Yeah.
I know how it goes, bro.
Yeah,
I know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I know how it goes, man.
That's fucking hilarious, man. Yeah, bro. That boyfriend, like, he about to hit Super Saiyan 3 on that hoe, man. Yo, never to be found again. God forbid, man. Yeah, this is too much, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. Like, this is why I'm telling you, man. I just can't. When I look at all this shit and I look back on some of the trials and tribulations I put myself through, I'm saying, over women, I just, all I gotta say is, man, like, I think I would think it was Elijah, and then my co-host reiterated the same, I should say. Guys, this would be it for me. Just know your worth, man. All right, know your worth. If that's the title of this episode, man. If that was this episode in a nutshell, it's know your fucking worth, man. All right, stop putting yourselves in these compromising positions, knowing full well that that you're going to be in a light, putting yourself in a light where you could potentially get harmed, right? Especially if we do get viewers from different states, where the gun laws are a little loose. You know what I'm saying? Like, and y'all openly still do this bullshit. Right, which drives me crazy when I see people that be, doing. You find out about these love affairs and cheaters.com, and they go on all these different states, and they go to Florida or Mississippi, and I'm like, don't y'all must got the biggest balls on the planet, because like I ain't playing none of those games. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think the last point I'll make is that I think when we look at the word, we look at the word love, guys. Right, we need to really differentiate, that line between the lust and the love, right? Because the lust will have you like me, where I was seeing this woman and I'm going, whoo, like, I'm about to jump over all the moons with her, knowing full well I was throwing caution to the wind, right? Leaving all reason out the window, right? Having love, right, has you take a second and say, shit, does this person really understand what I truly bring and a value to this scenario and to this situation, right? Does she respect that? Because if she does, then she will know that, hey, my best option is with this guy, right? My best option, as my co-host mentioned, if he gives me that option to say, hey, it's either me or him, right? I can't do this anymore. This isn't for me. I don't feel good about, my soul is not right with this. If she knows better, right, she will do what's appropriate and leave the man before taking any measures to soil or to disrespect that relationship. Because God, hey, look, if she'll do it to him, guys, she'll do it to you.
Oh yeah.
Right? And don't go murking anybody just because, what I'm saying, you thought it couldn't happen to you, buddy.
Agreed. You a loser, how you got her?
Woo!
So on that note, fellas, it has been amazing having Elijah back in the building, bringing that energy. Definitely been missed, brother. Definitely been missed. I'm happy to see you back. I'm happy to hear that you're doing well. You're in good spirits, getting ready for the Christmas and all that stuff. Cortez, I think he left for the night, but again, good seeing you again, brother. We do appreciate it. We're trying to come up with a schedule that way we can do it more regularly. That way, hey, you guys know Thursday nights at like 8:00, whatever, the True Scope will be on and stuff like that. So, we'll buckle down on that. Definitely after the holidays, into the new year, we'll commit to a schedule. Again, by then my son will be like 6 months. He'll start walking and crawling. So then I won't have to be holding him all the time and stuff like that. So, that's in store. And again, if y'all have any ideas on videos or whatever the case may be, please leave it in the comments. Send us an email, whatever the case may be. And we would definitely we'll do it. We'll address it because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of obstacles out there. There's a lot of pitfalls, especially for men, let alone quote unquote black men. So we are here to help brothers avoid it as much as possible. So that's it for me. Mike, you got anything?
No, you filled it up perfectly clear. Shout out your page and all, and where they can find you.
Oh yes, you already know youtube.com/AAF, and then also y'all can check out the Moss Media podcast, because there's a lot of episodes that we did like 2 years ago on there.
Lord,
that's a lot of it still. Yeah, we come a long way, man. We come a long way. So definitely Moss Media. If you type MAS Media in on YouTube and also Spotify, there's a lot of it on Spotify if you have Spotify. That way you can just listen to it.
Actually, yeah, let me pull up the page. so that way they can see it, because that's crazy. We can do that now, because when we first started, guys, we were not able to do this. So let me, hopefully nobody hacks my shit while I do this. All right.
When advertising on YouTube, I know that making an authentic
that's not what I want. That's not what I want. All right, our channel. All right, y'all. All right. If you take a look, guys, you'll see this is our channel, obviously. And hey, if there's any of you guys that are good with media or anything like that, offers a a solid price on things like that, we definitely could use someone who's good at sort of organizing a page. And like, if anything, we definitely need to get our take our pictures and things of that nature. So for any of y'all that are good with stuff like that, email us at mossmedia615@gmail.com to be able to help us out with that. But as you can see, as my co-host mentioned, here is our page. And here are some of the episodes that we've done prior. We've had a couple that have done really well. And then you'll be able to see some of the videos that we had from our prior episodes. I think we still need to get up season 1, a lot of the episodes from season 1 and season 2 from when we were on Anchor. You guys will take a look. And then, so this is for you guys. Obviously, they're a little low in views. We're still getting the word out there, guys. So we need your help in sharing, liking, subscribing, telling all your friends about the misogynistic group of men who bring the fire. You know what I'm saying? We're here to enlighten and to share in the craziness that the world has to offer.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Much blessings to all y'all. Be well, and Mike, I'll see you. I'll talk to you in post production. But peace to the rest of y'all.